Okay. Derivatives trading involves substantial risk loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay. Oh, it didn't start. Sorry, I changed a couple of things, and I guess we're already screwed up. But I mean, I guess it helped because we got two of you on, so thank you for joining. Still a couple of kinks to work out on this. All right, so let's go through our charts here. Okay, so treasuries are up a little bit and equities are down just a tiny bit. I mean, we had a pretty good, really, if you look at this one right here, we had a pretty good move up yesterday, and then right towards the end, they just really fell apart. And you can see at the same time, treasuries never really moved very far, but we are higher now, and we've recovered the single prints from the overnight move on Wednesday. This morning, we've got a couple of pieces of news, but nothing like too big. But we do have, of course, geez, my calendar is all screwed up. All right, so we got unemployment claims today, of course, and then there's like a natural gas and all that sort of stuff. So I need to apply my filters and only show USD. Okay, there we go. So yeah, unemployment claims. So unemployment claims in about 15 minutes. Other than that, though, I'm not expecting a huge day. Also, there was a strong push up in Bitcoin yesterday, which has come back now. And I'm a little bit nervous about it. Like, it could crash any day. I mean, it's not going to be like an instant sort of a thing necessarily, but it does look like we are going to come off from these levels, and you are going to have so many people in retail stuck up there. And if they give it up and we go lower from 5,000, that can easily lead us to new lows. So overall, though, today, it's a Thursday. Thursdays tend to be okay, especially because we have unemployment claims. But since unemployment claims is all we have, and we have the non-farms number tomorrow, unless I'm seeing significant equity moves, I don't see as many opportunities for us. So I'm going to be cautious about taking any trend trades. Yeah. So I think that what we should do is we should just copy this link here. Go to Restream. So I think that the social alert should be like hashtag ESF BTC, and then I will do this link and this link. And update. Now, when I do that, I don't know if that means that it will. I don't think that it will actually send it, but we'll just do it like this. There we go. Okay, so they had some block sells right on the open. That's interesting. Well, I think I want to take that. They cleared 19 and then they big block order at 18 half. That's something else. Seven of the 25 strategies backed by Bloomberg have seen their year-end targets exceeded by just 3 months into the new year. Wow. That's really good performance. I'm going to tell you what. Labor MPs warn Corbyn against second referendum. Donald Trump, despite the unnecessary destructive actions taken by the Fed, the economy is looking very strong. The China and USMCA deals are moving along nicely. There is little or no inflation, and USA optimism is very high. Well, inflation does appear subdued. Oh, by the way, hi, Ron. How's it going? So, now with Twitter, we've got to go back and find my page, and we'll just delete that tweet. Okay. Okay, so they have traded up into us. They're trying to sell back through 18.5, and there's an iceberg there. That's not a good sign. My new video just didn't do very well on Reddit. No upvotes at all. It just got super attacked and throttled. Well, it got a couple of views. Some people finding it is doing better than like the analysis of the Democrat primary. So there's that. Bum, bum. Cool. There we go. People filtering in. Oh, that's cool. There's an activity feed on Twitch now. By the way, thank you for the 2 loyal people that are always watching on Twitch. Okay, we got a 5-minute warning on the jobless claims. I guess we're just going to take one on this because I don't want to be in this for too long. Going into that news. Oh, very aggressive take. Maybe you should have waited. Nah, it's okay. Because I really just don't want, yeah. But those sellers are aggressive. See, I could have easily have gotten 17.5 there if I had just waited, so I could have gotten 2 ticks. Huh. It's a very, very clicky mouse. According to polling, few people seem to care about the Russian collusion hoax, but some Democrats are fighting hard to keep the witch hunt alive. They should focus on legislation, or even better, an investigation of how the ridiculous collusion delusion got started. So, collusion delusion, that one's going to be, whew. That's basically what everybody's going to call it now, guys. Oh man, has he said that before? I can't for the life of me. Why is that not that rhyme not stood out to me in the past? That's what everybody's gonna call it. Let's see if Reddit's picking up on it. The tweet hasn't filtered up to the top yet. There they go. 17.5. Quite easily. That's very interesting. Maybe they're trying to make it to the previous day's point of control at 15.5. That would be a reasonable target. Republican El Paso mayor, don't close the border, change the asylum laws. Thank you. Yes, please. They're still on avocados. That's funny. Well, you know what, guys? I really like avocados, but avocados have very severe detrimental impacts to the environment. So, if something happened to the avocado trade, maybe it wouldn't be such a bad thing. 1 minute warning for the initial jobless claims. I guess we could have gotten 2, but there was no way for me to know that they were going to hit it that hard. And, I think that getting out there was still appropriate. What if it had not gone through and that was the only chance I had ever had to get out at 18? I feel like I'm missing something. Seems like interest rate is chat very, very quiet today. Peter, from his research, thinks that bonds come up today. Okay, so the number is initial jobless claims actual 202,000 versus an estimated 216,000. So the number is good. Looks like the sellers were justified in taking their short. They're telling me that I'm gonna have to sell 16.5, and if our target is 15.5, I'm not so sure that makes sense. So I'm going to wait in the queue and see if we get lucky. Well, Well, right at the moment, they're telling us you're not even going to get 17.5. You're going to have to take 17, and you might not even get that one. No, I'm going to wait and see. Jamie Dimon, bad mortgage rules are holding back the U.S. economy. Okay, so they did tick up, and they actually did so a little bit more strongly than I would have expected. Hmm. Okay, so there's a pretty big iceberg there at 17 again. But that wouldn't be the first iceberg on the bid that we've seen today that they've gone through. Okay. Well, they did go through it. Look at that. Yep. All right, well. U.S. Treasury yields trim decline as U.S. jobless claims fall to lowest since 1969. 10-year yield last at 2.513%, but a recession is coming. Says FX Macro. Well, you sure seem awfully confident about that recession is coming, dude. Oh, by the way, good morning, Uzi. I didn't see that there. I see a good number of people watching the stream this morning, so you're definitely all there, but you're all like super quiet this morning. What's going on, guys? Not even in Discord. Okay, that was interesting. So there was a bunch of sell orders hit that right on the uptick, but there was a buy program there. 792 to tick it up. We'll see. There we go. There's IQ in Discord. And they're definitely buying it in the ZB. I'm wondering if the spread is going to flatten. I'm seeing this spike up in buying about 800 contracts or so, which isn't like huge in ZB, but it's enough. It's significant enough based on everything else that's happened today, and yeah, these other two didn't really do it, and you can see that the knob went down by a few ticks, and you can see the pattern on the longer term chart too. There appears that they might be trying to where do we find the research? How much is it going to cost? He's talking about his research for historically. Historically, there's a reason to buy it today, I think. Now, given what the claims were, does that change his stats? Is the question. It sure does seem, though, like that the business does have some reason to be buying it. I think that move down was speculators playing the news item there, but what I see it here at like 16, I believe that there's some larger institutional people buying it for some reason. I guess I've been seeing like some robots machine gunning it. And then, there's just all these little 500 lots at 16.5, for instance. If I was going long, it would definitely have to be in the 30-year. So if 30-year going to break up, I mean, there is some buying in it. German manufacturing collapse. Awful industrial orders plunge most since financial crisis. Wow, the initial jobless claims chart is something else. Look at that. Just a slow and steady decline of jobless claims. I got some of my work. We had a situation, I think we talked about it, that was a little stressful because there was a vendor that needed something tested. Some vendor that we're buying their software from, and we tested the thing that they made, and it wasn't very good, and they were kind of giving us a hard time about it, and we kind of felt like they were trying to bully us out of giving it a bad number or something, or just kind of looking the other way at how bad it was. And so we had a team member, he had left before, and then he decided he didn't like the job that he had, and he came back, and he'd been around for like 2 months, and then he decided he really didn't like that situation, and so he already left to another a second new job now. I'll go and look on the LinkedIn. I for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but whenever I look on there and I'm like, okay, well, let's see if there's anything there that's maybe more interesting than my current job. I don't really see anything. I'm not really too impressed by what I'm seeing there. But there's a lot of jobs that would fit, my skill set. So it seems to me like there is still a lot of opportunities out there for people to find jobs and to move around and increase their pay. You know what I mean? Oh, Uzi says it's Thursday, so I'll be seeing my wife off before I'm going. Yeah. I might end the stream a little bit early today because it is I I don't know. It is still giving me some indications of slow. You know what I mean? There is that iceberg there is at 16 now. It's kind of interesting. There was an iceberg there at 16, but somebody seems to be stepping on it at 16 now. So it does look like whoever was selling is maybe still there. Everything still looks red for me too, like this indicator, they're all red. They're all red. Although I do see possible turn. Adrian says in Vegas there's 50 to 100,000 hookers, and then there's like 650,000 people. So like a tenth of the population are hookers. Is that? Yeah. One would almost think that Brexit is a giant ploy to boost FX trading revenues for rooters in Bloomberg, says Zero Hedge. Well, it has led to a lot of volume lately, hasn't it? Yeah. You know what? I'm just realizing this move down was driven by some currencies. Both the euro and the JPY moving down. Actually, all three of them. So some dollar moves in the dollar. The ZB continues to buy. Ocasio-Cortez claims without evidence that CBP officials are deliberately trying to cage children and inject them with drugs because of their national origin. And FX Macro says she's batshit crazy and will only hurt the Democrats in 2020. Ooh, a freight train derailment in Utah. Backing up all tracks trains. I wonder, when we came up there, would we have gotten filled where we had our order at? I don't think so. We've actually been in this range for a little bit too long now. Well, 15 minutes, right? 15 minutes, but we did see some strong sells that just kind of run into the wall there, and then in ZB they're buying, and maybe in the 5-year maybe they're buying too. Peter says, looks scary for a minute because the yen is on its ass. And the yen did sell there, but they found a support area and they bounced back a little bit. I don't know if they're going to push it down again or what. And the E-mini is in a place. Actually, I wonder. I'm seeing a little something going on here in the E-mini. It's at the top of its range, and there appears to maybe be some indication of selling, but it's very, very hard to tell so early. And then we did have a fairly significant tick up in the Treasuries, so I'm wondering if they're thinking about selling the equity indexes here and pushing the Treasuries up. I think on this one I should bring up my target a little bit. Okay. Back is starting to lock up again, man. You hear that? Yuck. Facebook back to highest level since August. There's nothing we can ever give to the Democrats that will make them happy. This is the highest level of presidential harassment in the history of our country. Read the full investigative series on Jeffrey Epstein here. Some futures trader about to go live, but he says that he has a fever and no voice. That's no good. Okay. Okay. So quite a bit of volume just came out there at 16.5, a couple of big lots and everything pushing into it, but it didn't break. Okay, they broke through it and they ticked up. And nobody's trading 17 yet. Come on. It's not that scary, is it? Not even a one lot, huh? Not even stops. It says it only went one tick against me, but I think it went two ticks against me. And we've got two favorable ticks. It's not much. Okay. A 3 lot bought into 17. So you're free to buy it now, guys. Somebody jumped on. Now you can buy TF out of this. Oh, welcome back, Uzi. $7K buy bids can't stack. Only 30 lift 170, right? I don't know about this. It does look to me like the treasuries are turning around, but that last attempt there was really pathetic. Good morning. Well, we have a lot of people watching for this early in the day. Usually we don't get over 20 until like closer to the equities open. So thank you guys for watching. If you're new, don't be shy. You have to admit, it's pretty funny that when the yield curve hit maximum steepness back in 2010, signaling a longer runway for the economic cycle, nobody seemed to have too much trouble with it as a leading indicator. It's only an irrelevant indicator when it flattens. Says David Rosenberg. Randy says he's long 17. You mean 17 in ZB? When would you have bought that? Adrian says, I might just do 3 ticks. Okay, there's a tick up in ZB. I think you get in this thing where they're going to pick the knob up and it's going to pull it up, everything else up with it. Well, that didn't particularly help, and they sold 14. Russian consumer confidence in 1 minute. New point of control 16. Yen still weak. Yes, although yen is kind of like, looks like it's mostly in a range. ZB did sell a little bit, and the liquidity does appear to show that we could move a little bit lower, but she's not moving yet. Maybe here in a minute or two. May have just been really early to it. 08 is on the horizon with 11 as a first stop. So IQ thinks it's going to go down. House moves again to rebuke U.S. ties to Saudi Arabia, potentially prompting a second Trump veto. You think they think that would pass through the Senate? Well, I'm certainly not happy with the things the Saudis have been doing lately, but like, what are you going to do? Okay, Futures Trader says no trader bite today. Get better soon, man. Don't worry, Futures Trader 71. You're not missing out on anything. Okay, so there they buy it again. Notice how it's mostly the market orders hitting into this 16, and they've absorbed a lot there at 16, but they keep coming. They keep coming. Okay. They're hitting at 16.5 now. Yeah, there is an interestingly large target below us in the 30 year. I'm noticing now a big order showing up below us at 28.74 in the equity in ES. U.S. Chamber Leader, China trade talks. I hate it when it does that. Trader trade talks in endgame, but no final deal yet. The yen and the dollar are at the top of the chart today. Yeah, so that's not necessarily a good indication if we want to be long in treasuries. But they're still just ranging for now. Let's check Reddit here and see if they got that thread up at the top and see if we were right about them picking up on that. He knows, is what they say. Yeah. Something that bothers me about what's going on with the whole Mueller investigation right now is that um, the Democrats are making demands for the report. They're making unrealistic demands. Um, if they gave them what they're asking for, it would undermine the entire grand jury subpoena process. Because how can you go in and testify in front of a grand jury on something if you think that all of that information is eventually going to be made public? They can't do it. They should be able to release the redacted report, redacted with Mueller's help, to Congress. But I don't know if they're going to get much else beyond that. Okay, so that was a pretty strong pushback there from equities. That makes me unhappy. Little bit of a liquidity vacuum there, maybe. Like I waited all that time to get, however many ticks it was. The favorable, unfavorable ticks here on in Jigsaw that it's showing me on ES are not right. Well, I don't know. And Treasuries not really helping me out here either. Yep, there goes bid. Oh, that's because it's not showing me the ES trade. There's the ES trade. Okay. See, now there's 200 on my price. Like, what? And they pulled from above, too. I don't think those are good signs, guys. And this down here is kind of decreased in size a little bit as well. But the E-mini did tick up there. A little bit more healthy at 17, but it's still pretty unimpressive. 15 contracts. Back down. How do you optimize your PC for trading? Any tips on that? Well, so if you go into, if you just search YouTube for like Windows gaming guide or something like that, there will be all sorts of videos that will show you things that you can do to kind of optimize your PC for those sorts of things. I don't think that there's really too many things that are going to make a huge difference for you. The one that would matter is if you go into your power settings and make sure that you're on the high performance power setting. That does make a little bit of a difference, because especially if you're on a laptop, because what can happen is your CPU will throttle to save power basically, and you don't want that. You need an RTX 2080 Ti to watch Dom's on 8K? No, not really. Like as long as you have a graphics card, like a 10 something, like even a 1050, I think you should be just fine. 'Cause even before I upgraded my PC, and I upgraded it to an X1700 Ryzen processor, which was pretty nice at the time. But even before that, and I had a very, very old Intel CPU. I forget which one it was, but it was like several generations back. Um, and yeah, no, it still worked just fine. The reason I got that one was because backtesting was much faster. But the DOM, you shouldn't. The DOM is not really that intensive. I guess the one thing that is kind of intense is this Vista chart thing, isn't it? If you make the Vista chart take up the whole screen, then things start to really churn, don't they? Okay, so the yen is falling here. You took that same buy trade at 16.5 that John did yesterday? Oh, okay. I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, I remember taking the trade. Yeah, I remember I took that trade and then should have held it a little bit longer. Or I no, that's not what it was. It was I should have taken it off faster. Did he get a good exit on it? Did he get a better exit than myself? Because that one was a kind of a hard one for me to call on. I didn't realize what was happening until it had already come back significantly. Okay. So the E-mini did turn there again. Yeah, the yen does appear too weak. The yen really fell through there. So what's going on here in treasuries? If the yen moving doesn't affect it, then what is the deal? Well, I thought that we got a good sell there, but it's just still like right at my price. So very frustrating. This is the 200th time I've seen 16.5 try to go bid and nothing happened. Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys, that was. I muted the microphone for that, but that was quite the gas that I just had there. Okay, so there's 16.5 goes bid again. That one was a little bit stronger. They're actually stacking 2,500 on it now. $17. Adrian, yeah, since I sold my long position, we're gonna go up, right? There you go. There you go. Well, that actually moved a little bit too quickly. Yeah, you cannot beat Tyler when it's slow. I don't know. Well, I got some good favorable excursion on that E-mini trade, and now it's like right back to my price. And I don't necessarily want to hold this until the open, so I may soon have to think about taking this off. It's also making higher lows. Let's see what happens. Probably it might be just like with what happened to Adrian, where I get out and then finally it's going to go down. That would be the thing. That would be the typical behavior. Well, I'm right at the back of the queue on here. Okay. Okay. So they did come, they jumped up, they came back. They are actually holding a little bit higher, but it's still very, very slow. That whole thing was just ridiculous. This is just bad action. Oh, Luke said that he did make a really good call on taking it off as well. Did that one not show up in my restream chat, or did I just not catch it? I know he did, and I just didn't catch it. Yeah, I'd be more interested to know, um, you know, did he take any trades before that, and what his reasoning was. So I would suspect that he would say no, but would he say no just because it appeared slow? Or did he have some other reason? Like, did he know kind of like we suspected that it would be slow until the news, you know? And then, like, the same thing today. Is he saying, like, I'm expecting today to be a slow day? And is he looking for, like, the spread trades where he can see them bidding it up in ZB, and maybe he takes something in ZN because of that or something like that, you know? I need to try and loosen my back up here. Okay, back up to 17.5. So I guess you could be right. I mean, I am sitting here like, I think I would want to take it long. Um, I mean, the cumulative delta is long, but I'm wondering if that I'm biased because the guys in the Discord wanted to be long as well. But I never took a trade in ES, did I? Or sorry, in ZN, did I? I was like, I think it's going to be slow, so I'm going to try the one in ES. The one in ES didn't do anything either. And now it's just before the equity opens. So that one's interesting because we've kind of said, well, when it gets slow, maybe the thing to do is to just go and trade the E-mini. the E-mini. Been pretty crappy too. I got this plant and he doesn't look too happy. Some of the petals look great, but some of them don't. I wonder if I need to give it more water. I guess I'll do that after this. I should check on the other one, because I gave it some more water last night. We'll see what it did. Why you get out of longs? Peter's like, oh, shouldn't have done it. Okay, so the way that this is twitching here, I think that if I could get 16.5, I think I want it. See this guy at 16, he's clicking on and off a 10 lot. That might be a robot. I mean, it's been doing it for so long, it might be a robot, but I know that they'll do that. I've seen traders do that where they'll go like this. Jigsaw's probably not the best one to do it on, because you can't cancel it by clicking right here. But that's what they do. So they right click, left click, and just take it on and off and on and off. No, it's not Morse code. It is when they're bored. They're trying to call your attention to it. Okay, so the E-mini moved up there a little bit. Well, I like the way that I got filled there, but it's not over yet. So let's not get too excited. By the way, the 5-year really sold there. Okay, so they did trade through me. There was an iceberg there, which I like, but they did go through it. Okay, so the E-mini had a little bit of an uptick there, but they're already pushing back on it. More a strong dollar than a weak yen could turn into risk on. Okay, well, they ticked it back up, but they're not holding a lot there. See, now he's got it at 15.5. He thinks he wants to fill too badly. Okay, look at that, stacked up to 68. Hidden ET message in the tape. Okay, here comes the ES. Okay, initial volume, very, very, very slow, but a little bit of selling. Incredibly light ES open. Still getting, okay. Having a hard time getting people to buy 17, but they did clear it. It got pushed back down, but they did clear it. Okay, they're selling. No, I really want to sell it, but the rule is we don't trade the first 5 minutes, if not the first 30 minutes of the E-mini. That's the rule. That's my rule. I'm gonna stick to it. Even when it's slow and I just really want some action. Mexico's AMLO. Mexico doesn't want to reopen NAFTA renegotiations. Yeah. I'm getting this impression that some liberals in Congress think that they're not going to ratify the new trade agreement, which in my mind is just insane. When it gets down to it, they'll probably do it. They'll probably ratify it. Business will put too much pressure on them if they weren't. Man, it is a very tight opening range in ES, but they did sell quite a bit. Good 2,000 contracts or so short there. And now they're pushing the highs of it. They can get stopped out. What a snooze fest, says Uzi. Yeah. Okay, so buyers tried buying the top of that range in the E-mini, and it got rejected. And when it did, then finally the Treasury traders were willing to make 17 stay bid. Okay. So they've had a lot at 17 now, and it's still holding. Could come back really easily because look, the E-mini's not. Still hasn't. Is still stuck in this range. I think one of the problems that I have with trading, because Uzi is saying like, what is snooze fest? It is like it's really slow and frustrating, but for some reason I get so pulled in when it's like this. Like the anticipation, like which way is it going to go, you know? Yes, here is not helping either. 'Cause, man, somebody put it out of its misery, please. Oh, wow. It's definitely less scary. What is this? Okay, this Sim's being weird because I'm trying to sell it at 17 and it's not. Oh, you know what? No? Okay. It did take it. It did take it. I mean, as soon as I take it off, I'm like, no, but I want to be in a position. But look at this. Eh. The E-mini is actually pushing up pretty good there. Now they're going into a big order now. It's definitely less scary. I wonder. I don't know. Like the thing is that when it's slow, should be scary to you. I think. I think that naturally it doesn't make you scary because you can sit in it and get complacent and just say, well, it's going to range around a lot. I just need to be patient and hold my stop and let it do what it's going to do, sort of a thing. But I really believe that retail has a negative edge in that kind of action. Like if you're trying to scalp it, if you take something and you have a real edge that says that over the next 2 hours that it's going to go up, kind of like what Peter is saying, then maybe that's a little bit different. But yeah. Well, the E-mini is saying that they are not that enthusiastic about selling it today, but look, there's our entry price went offer. So we did the right thing. 2 1 tick trades. That's maybe all I get today. European Central Bank officials discussed more aggressive stimulus measures to support Europe's stalling economy at their March policy meeting, says First Squawk. This is they cite their sources. DJ, I don't know what that is. Dow Jones maybe. Case 16 goes offer, and 16 goes offer very easily as well. Well, that E-mini just looks just going and going. They're looking pretty good so far. U.S. Chamber Leader, China trade talks in endgame, but no final deal yet. Yes, that was, I saw that one earlier. Um, okay, they're hitting into that 15 now. Is that going to go offer? Okay. It did go offer, but everything that was there traded. And now there's 6K at 14.5 as well. Yeah. So it's interesting. I said the 16 went off too easily, and then it went through that for another 2 ticks. Really clear. I think that that's kind of like a really good signal. Like you have a push up, and then it comes back, and the price that you had such a hard time getting over puts up no fight at all. I think you just sell it. I think that we need to start testing that one because it's probably going to start happening more and more. What does John say? The bull bear zone is in the 147.19 area to 23 area this morning. Slightly lower than it was yesterday. As long as price continues to trade below the bull bear zone, price could test yesterday's low at 147.10, which they kind of have, but they never quite got there. Okay, so there was a very big turnaround in cumulative delta there. I wonder if that whole thing was just the traders saying, okay, which way are we going to go? Okay, we're going to buy, and they all bought it, and then they took it off there, and that's why I did that. Because that turnaround in cumulative delta on the ES happened very quickly, and it felt like it took a long time for them to build up that much delta to go long, you know? So yeah, I find that whole thing odd. I want to keep an eye on that. I don't know if that's a short, but I'm just gonna have to wait and see. Oh, how come that indicators here? Volume profile column. Reset profile on. When should we reset it? Never? Let's do never. That escalated quickly. Yeah, I don't know. We got awfully lucky that I was able to see that and just took one tick. Oh man, that's okay. So there's quite a divergence there because they are going massively short in the E-mini and it's not going down yet. I mean, I think I can short that though. Well, so far it's not working out very well, is it? Boo. That was interesting. That like as soon as I said like, oh, I think I actually can short it, and then it went up and soft me out. So whatever I thought I was seeing there was definitely not what I thought. I do think though that this is an area that I think should sell. Like maybe I can do. So another thought is, what if I do something like this? Oops, did I? Yeah, okay. Whack actions indeed. Ooh. Okay. So there was some pretty big size at 14 amp at one point, and now we're not seeing that either. They kind of looks like that. Okay, that was different. Big yen buyer, huh? Well, I didn't get filled. Should have done the 15.5 one. No trade meeting on Thursday. It went higher than that, didn't it? There, nobody's hitting me at 15. How many times do you think I can get this wrong in ES today, huh? Idiots are selling end game tickets on eBay for 10 grand. It takes a special kind of idiot to pay 10 grand for a movie ticket such as pirating. Oh, wow. You mean like the Avengers movie? That's crazy. That is crazy. When does that come out? That's still a long ways off, isn't it? I don't know if this order is ever going to get filled. It's running away from me. No. There's definitely been some sort of trend switch in the treasuries there. The yen was like going down, and then the yen came up aggressively, and you saw some sort of a stop run, and like it got a little quick there. That's definitely a reversal sign. So if but only if we can get a good price, because honestly, if you take 16, who knows what's going to happen to you. Equities are going short. Hmm. See, they're not selling it. Wait, what is this? Oh, am I actually going to get filled at 15? Well, Emily is still not cooperating with me. Hmm. It did never filled. Huh. Okay. Well, where do we have to be looking at? 17 half, maybe? I honestly think, if we get three, that's good. So, hmm. Hmm. Man, that Emily is fighting hard, isn't it? Too much energy to the upside? Oh, Ace is actually looking for shorts. I mean, I don't know, dude. This is really weird. The E-mini is trying hard to hold it. I don't see a reason for them to be moving beyond this area though. So I'm not sure I understand why it's doing what it's doing. But, I suck at trading the E-mini right now. We'll just say that. Like, if we come back here and we unclick it, I've done it now 2 times. This will be the third. The one that I'm on right now is the third. And see, even though the cumulative delta has been in my favor, it looks like they're going to go and stop them out for another new high. When it gets like this, I mean, this isn't the first time I've seen this happen in the E-mini. I remember this happened one day, and I shorted it and shorted it and shorted it, and when I finally gave up, then it finally sold. But when it sold so fucking hard, and I was so pissed. The treasuries appear to be ranging around just based off of what ES is doing. So, yeah. He hates Velvet. Well, my price is not going bid again. Oh, Ace says that he went long, huh? I don't know, man. Like, the thing that I see is that right now, since the open, the trend is definitely up, but the cumulative delta has been down. And to me, that says that you're probably at some point during the day today going to get pretty good stops both ways. And it's hard for me to say which way the next one is going to be. How long have I been in this one for? 3 minutes? No, I don't. That's not shown up. It's been almost 10 minutes now. So I think that's too long for an E-mini trade. Hmm. Okay, that's not one I want to see at my price. So I was a little distracted there. I was reading something because somebody was sent me a message. See, I don't like that there's an iceberg there, and now they're not buying into it anymore. Okay. See, and when they went bid, there wasn't that much that went bid, and now it goes offer again. Yeah, I did the right thing there. This E-mini one still looks like a short to me. Yes, shorts have merely been providing liquidity for eager buyers the last 3 months. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's super weird. I've got nothing worth taking yet. I'm just watching and waiting. Don't care to sell ZB down here because I'm doubtful any significant selling is going to kick in. It just doesn't seem like there's much in either direction for the moment. I agree. Like in treasuries, to me in treasuries here. Oh, by the way, is it going to give me 16? I don't know. The way that it was acting there at 15, I'm totally comfortable getting out, even though it does look like, there's a chance you could have gotten a tick out of it. But look at that. Like it's pulling and only 129 have gone into it. So that's like luring you in. Okay, they did take it. They did take it. And I'm just saying it's taking a little bit of coercion to even get a tick, you know? That's not necessarily good action, is it? Um See, this looks like you sell it. Sell it. They're like, oh, Seth is long again. We need to push it up and stop him out first. Well, Mr. Market Maker, let me just remind you that I am only using a sim account until there are micro futures, so I don't think there's much of a point in you pushing it up there like that. Thinking is dangerous, buy low, sell high, easy peasy. No, it's bad action, and honestly, when you look at the way that the treasuries are trading, when the E-mini goes down, the treasuries trade up very much so, and they're taking like 2 ticks at a time. So that says to me that there is no reason for treasuries to move unless the E-mini pukes. And somebody does seem to think that the E-mini is going to puke. He's shorting the fuck out of it. and he's just not getting any yeah. What is the right word? What is that? I'm looking for a clever word or idiom that I can use to say that it's just not really going down very much when he shorts it. Oh man, but it is just this is just so weird. Yen needs to rally harder. Well, I can definitely see the treasuries going up to the high of the day if this continues. If this breaks, if any of these things break, if the yen buys up here, or the ES breaks down, or I don't know, maybe oil could maybe do it too, but I don't know the correlation on that. But you know, but look, they're back up there, and now they're threatening me again. I guess on that one I kind of FOMO'd into it, didn't I? The funny thing is that I did have a short that probably would have worked out in the mini, didn't I? This one that I took right here. 2084.75. It actually wouldn't have been that much though. But I could have gotten the 8 ticks out of it. Well, I don't think I got a good enough price. I could have gotten 28.83. That would have been a reasonable price. Okay. Tick up and is the end. Well, I think I should start writing up my cryptocurrency notes. So I don't see a whole lot happening. I might leave early today. I have to go to a different office today. And I don't think I'm going to take another one in the Treasuries, even though it does look good long. Okay. This, by the way, needs to be like way, well, I'll just get rid of it, frankly. Doge, ETC. Well, that was kind of an interesting sell there in ZB, but man, I just don't understand what is going on in the E-mini. That looks like just a pullback, but we'll see. Gonna give it a little bit more time. Or do we think this could go to 28.74? Maybe. Let's just put that down there. I do want to try and leave early today, but I want to let this go through and I want to see the last 10 minutes of my trading session. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this going to see if we get something. And yeah. So I'm just going to take a step back for a second. I'm going to come back here kind of while trying to look at, well, no, we'll just do that right now here. Look, we did good in treasuries, I guess. I mean, like we made 3 trades and they were all winners and they were 1 tickers. And it's been really slow to be able to pick that out, we did the right thing. But my E-mini trading is just so bad. But I guess, I shorted it and up until now, the trend has been long. So I think that's the only thing you can say there. And we should point out that last trade, we took it long at 15.5 and got scared out of it. But it was a good trade. And especially now that there's 7K stacked at 16, it would have been a really great trade. You can just hold this and see if the E-mini like really pukes. I don't know if the E-mini is going to go down to lows of days, but they sure are shorting it hard. So it could happen. Let's just wait and see, I guess. When I add the E-minis in, how much did I actually lose? 100. Oh, it actually wasn't that much. If this trade actually works out, then we might actually come out positive in the E-mini too. So let's see. I'm going to just like not watch it and step away for a bit because it's making me nervous. Okay. Sure. What is that? What does that put us at? Well, I want to leave right now, so I'm going to move it up a little bit. That's turning out well so far, though. And did it come up a little bit? Yeah, a little bit. What are they going? Panda Man, what up, Panda? Hey, thank you. How's it going? I stepped away a second to get ready to go because today is being kind of a weird day. She's not. I'm just going to take the... see, I have trouble here. I think I've got something going here in the E-mini. Like, definitely, I think I've made... When you're talking about like what the major calls for the day have been, I think I've been getting them okay. But the timing is just all wrong. And I will, like I took it there twice and got it wrong. She's being a little flaky here. Okay, fine. So I don't know what to think. I'm not a pure order flow scalper though. I have my process. I know it has good probability, so I just need to take the down trade and take my hand off of the mouse. Yeah. Anyways, hey, maybe I should have held. Maybe I should have. I could have gotten it. I don't know. But hey, you know what? It's fine. Like my E-mini trades were profitable and my treasury trades were profitable, and it was a slow and difficult day anyways, and so I think it's good. But I need to work on, I think that it's timing. I think that the timing is the thing I need to work on. So yeah. But anyways, I got to head out. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Non-farms should be fun. And in the meantime, stay profitable, friends.